Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Instagram Live. So last week, I went live with Paul Ferris, which her book is out today, actually. Yeah, she's awesome. Awesome. Hope you guys are doing well. Got my friend here. Charles, show him you got a fire truck, don't you? You got a fire truck. Little boy clothes are so fun. Girl clothes are obviously fun, but boys are it's like a whole new world. It's so fun. Yeah, so here to answer all your questions for COVID-19, coronavirus, quarantine. Some of us are, I don't know, Tennessee, the governor came out yesterday, and I think it's lifting orders in 2 weeks. So we'll be, back to, I doubt it's going to be more normal life, but back to something different than just quarantine. What are you saying? They're all saying hi, Charles. They're all saying hi. Okay, let's answer some questions. Obviously, I have no makeup on right now. Whew. I think I looked that bear on my face. Okay, let's see. Scrolling up. Hi from Spain. Hello, everyone. How is your life affected? Work has been busy, but not no one's in the office. All my travel got canceled and stuff for work, but I'm thankful. Obviously I know, millions and millions, tens of millions of people are unemployed, but thankfully I still have my job and we're healthy, which I'm just so thankful for. 2 gifts that you just don't want to take for granted. And so because of that, I feel like it's not been as scary, but people that have pre-existing conditions or diabetes, asthma, or your kids do, that's a totally different story, right? I feel like ours has been affected probably on the lesser ends than what a lot of people are experiencing. So we're grateful for that, obviously, but yeah, it's just crazy. Still crazy. What chores do you have your kids do? Mine are almost 4 and struggling with ideas. Small things like cleaning her room. Amelia can make her bed. She's 5 and she does it, which is awesome. Not every day, but she can do that. Kitchen, taking her dishes to the sink. I've started having her put stuff in the laundry room for me, or take things up our stairs. I feel like always gets piled up with stuff throughout the house. And so having her kind of help with that stuff. So yeah, we're getting into the rhythm of doing chores and stuff for her. Caroline is 2.5, and cleaning up can be a game sometimes, but that's about as much as she does. Do you miss your dad? I miss hearing him. Oh, well, he's on the radio every day, so you can hear him there. What do you do if you're upside down on your vehicle and can't get a car loan or borrow the money to pay the difference owed to get out of the loan? I would still go check different, I don't know what bank you went to where you couldn't borrow the money. But usually for an upside down vehicle, it's not going to be a huge loan. But a local credit union, that's where I would go. That'd be my next stop if I were you. Can we have a house tour someday? I think so. If y'all want it. I don't know. I always wonder, I don't know if people are interested in the house, but I'll tell you this part. This is our room. Look at we put a Keurig and I have coffee over there. But, so this is an offshoot of our master, just a little sitting area with this couch. Yes, Charles. And then there's our backyard, which I think y'all have seen. So this thing, it makes us laugh, but it's a fire pit, but it's massive. And it was from this material from our new building because Winston helped with that project. So he like took some of the material left over and was like, let's make a fire pit at the new house. Well, it turned out massive. I guess it didn't look that big on camera, but it's huge. So like, it's the biggest fire pit ever. Oh, so great. Okay, each make $65,000. What's a good wedding budget? I'm on 4. She's on 2. Wedding budget, gosh. You each make that, so you're like $130 a year. That's a hard one because it's so personal preference. I always hate to give like a dollar amount. I mean, you guys make good money. The fact that she's still in debt, depending on how much debt she has, that would be like a big goal, is to say, okay, instead of spending so much money on the wedding, you could put some of that money towards paying off the debt. But you're on baby step 3, or you're on 5, or you're on 4, sorry, which means you have 3 taken care of, so you guys can help. You can help throw some money at baby step 2 once you guys get married. Yeah, I'd say to each its own. I mean, I think the average wedding I saw was like 50 grand. Is that right? 50 grand? Am I making that up? I may be making that up. But that's the average, which is not good or bad. It just is what it is. So, I mean, whatever you guys, I think, are comfortable with, and I would agree on an amount. And weddings, like, obviously you want it to be great and beautiful. But man, looking back now after being married 10 years, I'm like, you just can save so much money and not spend a ton, because even though it can be a great day, like, just don't go into debt for it, but don't feel like you have to spend a ton. I'm having a hard time waiting to pay my credit card when I have tax money I got back, but should I be saving in case anything happens? No, I mean, if your income is still coming in and you're in an industry where you don't think you're going to lose your income, then continue to, pay off the credit card. When I have tax money I got back. So if you get a tax refund, definitely put that towards your credit card debt, using the debt snowball, obviously. And if you are in an industry, though, that, like, I don't know, if your state doesn't reopen in the next month or something, could you be laid off or furloughed? And if you are in an industry where you think that could happen, then just save that money. Just hit pause and you're okay. But if your income is still coming in, again, totally just continue to pay off the debt. Sorry, my mind just like... we did the free trial and watched all your videos, or all your episodes. Oh, good. Yeah, there's the FPU, Financial Peace membership, free trial going on, 14 days. So if you've not checked that out, you can go to daveramsey.com/hope and do it. It's awesome. I have a daughter named Amelia and a lab named Charlie. That's awesome. Good names. We have unemployment checks coming in, and we're still on baby step 2. Should we continue to pay off debt? No, I wouldn't. I would pause your debt snowball if you're unemployed, but you're still getting an unemployment check. Save. I would just stockpile cash until you guys get either jobs, maybe get rehired, I don't know, from the company that laid you off, or you get a new job in that career path and you're back to kind of normal. So if I were you guys, no, I would not be paying on debt. Stay current. But yeah, I would pause the debt snowball. If I have 0 interest on my student loans right now, and also interest has been paused until the fall, should I save my stimulus check until this is over and then put towards loans? Again, use your stimulus check. If your income is still coming in, use it to continue to pay off loans. I don't care if it's 0 interest. I would continue to pay off debt. But if your job is like, there's a good chance that you're going to be laid off, or you've heard your boss talk about it, the industry you're in is kind of hit or miss, then save your stimulus check and just stockpile money until all this blows over. What happened to your new book? Still on schedule? Yes, it is. So it comes out in January. So it's still a ways away. But I wrote it really early. Like, usually books don't take this long, but I did it while I was pregnant with Charles, so that way I could have maternity leave and all of that. So we're actually settling on titles like real soon, subtitles and cover concepts and all that. So that all begins, and then it'll go into full copy editing coming up soon. So crazy. Talk about 529 for kids' college account help. So for this, I would for sure go talk to a financial planner or talk to someone who does investing, because that's what you'll be using them for. So ESAs are also options for colleges, saving for kids' college, an educational savings account. But it limits how much you can put in a year, and if you make a certain income, you may not qualify for an ESA. So 529 would be the next option I would do. And yeah, it's great. There's some really bad options with 529s. That's why you'd want to talk to a financial planner. Like there's some like programs where they like put your money in. Basically, it's like a formula through a computer. Like, okay, the age of the child, the market, all that, and then they just put your money in investments based on that. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I like it when it's a person helping you, talking through, seeing what the best option is for you guys. There's some prepaid tuition stuff that's with 529s. I don't like that either. So as basic of a 529 you can get, you just want to be really careful that you don't select a bad option. That's why it's important to use a financial planner that you trust. And we recommend SmartVestor pros that are that all over the country. So you can go to daveramsey.com and look that up, SmartVestor pros, and talk to one of them. Dave mentioned in his podcast yesterday that we may see another stimulus check. What are your thoughts? Oh, I don't know. Oh, excuse you. We may see another. I don't know if there'll be like another stimulus. I have not heard that, unless that's like a news story that I'm not up to date with. So I'm not sure. Sorry. How will college students cope with this? Cope with coronavirus? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it would depend on the college student, how they're doing with everything. Some people are just really fearful. And it's interesting. I wonder, like, age demographic, if there's, like, are more younger. Are millennials still, like, the younger generation? I'm a millennial, but I don't know. Like, are they more fearful, or millennials more fearful, baby boomers? Like, I'd be curious, like, how everyone is dealing with it, just on an age level. But, yeah, I don't know how they will, hopefully. Fine. Looking at facts, not fear. Remember that. My 4-year-old just started setting the table for dinner. She did it one day, and we're like, okay, time for chores. Isn't that true? That actually happened with Amelia in her bed. I went up after one of her quiet times, and she made her bed. This was like a few months ago. I was like, you can make your bed? Okay. So good. What do your siblings do for a living? Daniel works in the company, my younger brother, who's 26. So he helps run the Financial Peace members. He's like one of the vice presidents of Financial Peace Division. So all the individual memberships and stuff he's in charge of, and every dollar we talk about a lot. He heads up that team. And then my sister Denise runs our family foundation. So mom and dad formalized their giving a few years ago and created the Ramsey Family Foundation. And she was working at a nonprofit during that time. And they kind of asked, they were like, well, if you ever are interested in helping run this and help with our giving, would you do it? So she said yes. So she's been doing that for a few years now. And then she also has 3 babies. What are your we want to see your house. Okay. Maybe I'll show house tour, please. Yes. Where's Winston? He is working. Where was the other question? Oh yeah, recommendations for folks on baby step 2. I mean, again, if your income is still coming in, continue on paying off debt. And if your income has stopped, you've been laid off, or again, you're in an industry, or your boss has been saying like, hey, if we don't get back to work in X amount, we're probably gonna have to start laying people off. Like if it's a shaky situation, just stay current with all of your debts, pay the minimum payments, and start stockpiling cash until all this blows over. But those of you that still have a job, which millions of Americans have lost their jobs, but millions of Americans have their jobs still, continue just to truck down the snowball path. That's what I was going to say. Let's see. So green. Love your backyard. Oh, I know, y'all. We lucked out. We're in a neighborhood, but the way our lot sits, like there's common space on this side, and then this is like a long, like 3-acre lot, but the building plat for that lot back there is up on another road. So we get like what feels like woods, which, I mean, not feels like woods. They are woods, but there's houses around on one side of us. So yeah, it ended up being like the most amazing lot ever. I was so thankful when we found it. We had $22,000 in liquid cash. Should we use it to pay off $15,000 in debt or wait till the coronavirus is over? I would say if you guys are still making an income, I would write a check today. Get out of debt. I'd do it today for sure. But if you've lost a job, you guys are unemployed, all of that, then just I would bunker down a little longer just to see when all this ends. But if you guys are still making money, I'd say goodbye debt. Man, you could be debt free today. It's amazing. Would you recommend combining their steps since they're getting married? Not until you say I do. That's a great question. I should have clarified that. Yeah, we do not recommend that couples work on each other's baby steps until you're married. And so, yeah, once you say I do, you get the ring on the finger. You are one in every aspect of your life. Welcome to marriage, including your money. So, yeah, definitely wait until after the wedding. Do you think stimulus check is a credit or will everyone have to pay it back next year tax time? From all my understanding, it is, you will not be paying it back. But obviously, they went $2 trillion into debts. So someone's going to have to pay that debt. So eventually, yes, the American people will be paying all that back via taxes and all of that. But I don't think you're going to be taxed specifically on it. And it's not like it comes back around and they say, okay, you owe this amount specifically. So that's from my understanding. We have a 2008 Jeep we bought new, and we're having our first baby in less than 5 months. Should we refinance or trade in for a lower monthly payment car? I would say depending on if you can't pay it off within like 18 months, or if it is worth half of your salary of what you make in 6 months, then I would sell it. So if you can't pay it off in 18 months, get rid of it and buy a car that you can afford. But I would not trade it in for a lower monthly payment. I would just get work to either sell it or pay it off quickly. But yeah, no car loans here, so I would not go get another car loan. What's a good down payment for a mortgage? We would be first-time home buyers. Down payment, we always suggest 10 to 20%, 10 at the lowest end. 20 would be amazing because you can avoid PMI insurance, and so you can just save some money that way. So if you can do that, that's great. That is crazy, $50,000 for a wedding. Yeah, I could be off, y'all. I think that's what I read. Ugh, my brain is like quarantine brain right now, so I can't remember. I could be totally off, but I think that's what I heard. How much life insurance does a 25-year-old newlyweds need? No kids yet, currently renting a home, help to buy someday, minimum debt, make decent money. So the reason you would get life insurance is if someone is dependent upon your income. And so you guys being married, I would say that considering your lifestyle, if one of you passes, to have life insurance. So we always say 10 to 12 times your annual income. So just multiply your annual income by 10 to 12. And term life insurance. Don't go whole life, universal life, all that stuff. No. It's so inexpensive. Winston and I just upped ours like a few months ago. And I was like, I cannot believe how inexpensive it is. It really is. So get term life insurance. And if you don't have renter's insurance for your rental house, make sure to get that too. I was going to buy a car for $3,000, but I'm wondering if I should save $1,000 more because my emergency fund, or buy the car outright and drain my account. What do you think? No, I would keep your $1,000 emergency. So I would go get a $2,000 car if I were you. I would not drain it all the way to zero for the car. Great question though. My husband and I just completed baby step 3 last week. Amazing. Where should I keep my emergency fund? You could just do a traditional savings account. I always recommend the money market accounts because you'll make a little bit more on it. on interest, even though that emergency fund is not an investment, so you're not trying to like make money off of it. But if it's going to just be sitting somewhere stable versus investing, money market accounts are great options. That's where we keep ours. Let's see, watching this while nursing, and my little girl wants to watch you. Oh, sweet. Love it. Would you make any changes to a stock portfolio if you don't need the money for at least 5 years? No, I would continue to do what you've been doing. But we have a financial advisor, and that's what I always recommend people get, because these people know the market in and out, and find someone that you trust. And yeah, talk to them, because you may realize that, wow, we could invest in something better, get a better rate of return, all of that. But we're continuing to do what we've been doing for a while. So, someone's saying, "Can we see the baby?" Yes. Can you say hi, Charles? Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say, I went to the doctor today, and I got, there you go. So I got all my measurements. I have a big mohawk. And someone is off the chart in length. He's so tall. So long, aren't you? Are you so long? What do you think, bud? Can you say hi? Such a good baby. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Where's Charles? Can we see Charles? There he is. There he is. Okay, let's do a few more. Let's do a couple more. Baby wise question. Speaking of baby, my 6-month-old is doing great. Eat, wake, sleep all day long, but screams endlessly at bedtime. Sleeps through the night great, but won't go to sleep. Any suggestions? Oh, man. My rule of thumb, I never did like cry it out with my kids. Some people do that. I just couldn't. But I always did like the 7-minute rule, which some of my friends make fun of me. They're like, 7 minutes. I'm like, yes, because 5 is a little too short. Like, they can kind of figure it out, in my opinion, in 5 minutes. 10 can get a little long. I mean, if they're just crying. So I always do 7, and then I go and pick them up. So I'll do 7 for like 1 or 2 times, and then I'll kind of push it to 10 after that. But usually, for the most part, I don't have to go up there. Usually they kind of figure it out before 7 minutes at 6 months, because Charles is 6 months. But he was kind of fussy before one of his naps today. But within 7 minutes, he usually figures it out. I don't know if that helps. But screams endlessly at bedtime, but sleeps through the night. Yeah, that makes, I don't know. I'm wondering, do you, like for naps and stuff, do you put them down awake? Because that's what I've always done with my kids. And so I feel like they've learned to put themselves to sleep. So I'm curious if it's just nighttime that they're doing that, or if, during naps and stuff, if it's the same. What step do you say for a house? Baby step 3B. So after you're out of debts and you have a fully funded emergency fund, then you can start saving up for a down payment on the house. All right, you guys. That was so fun. Thanks for hanging out again. Hope y'all are staying healthy, staying sane, and just doing well overall. So thanks for coming in here and chatting with me. And I'll do this again. I may try to get to one more later this week. I gotta look at schedules and stuff, but hopefully I'll see you this week or next. So thanks, you guys.